Hey y'all, Jennifer here from JS Creations Art Sanity. And today's video is going to be a little different than what you've seen on my channel so far. I've been asked several times how I make these are crocheted water grenades. And I've been asked how I do this, so I thought I would just go ahead and make a tutorial and show you how I make these. So as you can see, the colors possibilities are endless. Um, these last forever. My kids are still using the original ones that I've made. Oh my goodness, at least 5 years ago. When they're done playing, all you got to do is pop them in the washer and the dryer, and they are good to go for the next go around. Use your imagination. The play with these are endless. You can do your traditional water balloon fight. My kids have made up like a water baseball game, tag, basketball. They they fill a bucket up with water and try to toss it in there. Yeah, so just use your imagination and have a lot of fun. So, the things that you'll need to make these, I usually use the Bernat blanket stripes. As you can see, they come in different colors, and that's how you get like the two-toned grenades. But for this tutorial, I will just be using some scrap yarn. Now this is the blanket yarn. It's 100% polyester. It soaks up the water. All you have to do is like get a bucket of water, put these in there. It'll soak up the water and just have fun. I guarantee you your kids will wear out before these do. So, along with your yarn, I'm going to be using, I don't know if you can see it here. There we go. It is an L hook or an 8mm. You will need a pair of scissors and a needle. So let me get set up and we will get into making these water grenades. Okay, we're going to start with a magic circle. So to do that, you're going to take your end tail here. You're going to lay it over your fingers like so. Hold it with your thumb. You're going to wrap around the first two fingers. As you're coming back around, you're going to cross it over. Okay? So again, you're going to take your tail, hold it, bring your yarn around your first two fingers. As you're coming back around, you're going to cross it over. Okay, grab your hook. You're going to go under your first loop there. Grab the second. And as you are pulling it through, twist. Okay, so I'll show you again. Coming around, cross, go under the first, grab your second, pull it through, and twist. Okay, from here, we're going to chain one. Okay, so you're going to yarn over and pull it through the loop on your hook. And that's a chain one, and that kind of secures our circle. Okay, So now you're going to chain 2 more. 1, 2, and that brings us to the height of a double crochet. Now we're going to do, and we're not going to count this chain 3 as anything. It's not going to be a stitch. So into this circle, into the center of your circle here, you're going to make 8 double crochets. Okay, to do that, you're going to yarn over, go into the center of your circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay, so there's 1. Yarn over, go through the center of your circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2, and there's 2 double crochets. Okay, one more time. You're going to yarn over, go through the center of your circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay, so continue doing this. You're going to make 5 more double crochets for a total of 8, and I will meet you back around here to the beginning. Okay, I'm back around to the beginning. I've made my 8 double crochets. Now, at this point here, if you want to make your grenade wider, then you're going to add more stitches here. Okay? So to close this round, we're going to pull our little tail to close our circle. Okay? So just kind of move your stitches over, pull nice and easy, and just keep working with it. If you just yank on it, you will break your yarn. So just kind of pull them over. There we go. Keep working with it and it will close. Okay? So, to finish here, we are going to, this here's our chain 3 that we made. We're going to skip that and we're going to go into the top of our first double crochet here. Okay? And we're going to make a slip stitch. So, yarn over, pull through, and just keep pulling through the loop on your hook. Okay? So that has closed out that round. Now our little tail here, just move to the inside and just leave it there. We're going to stuff this inside as we go. Okay, for round 2, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, this chain 3, right now, we're going to count this as a stitch. And I will explain that once we get around to the end. Okay, but for right now, we're going to count this as a stitch. Okay? What we're going to do is into that same stitch that our chain 3 is coming out of, into that same stitch there, we're going to do a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, go into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay? So, right now, it looks like we have 2 double crochets. Okay, let's go to the next stitch. And we're going to put 2 double crochets into this next stitch. So we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay? Same thing in the same stitch. Yarn over, go into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay? So we're going to continue this. We're going to put 2 double crochets into each stitch all the way around. Okay? You should have a total of 16 stitches, but I will meet back up with you over here at the end, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this first chain here. Okay, so keep going around, make 2 double crochets into each stitch, and I'll meet up with you at the end here. Okay, I'm back to the end. I've got one more stitch to put in here. Okay, there's my 16th stitch. Now, what we're going to do, this stitch here, right here, if you can see that, that's what we call a false stitch, okay? Normally we would just skip that, but we're going to put a stitch in here. When we do that, that becomes our 16th stitch, because our chain here will no longer count as a stitch. We're going to drop that. Okay? So, we're going to yarn over, go into that false stitch there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the second 2. Okay? And that just kind of closes the gap in here, so we don't have such a big gap. So now we're going to ignore the chain 3, and we're going to go to the top of our first double crochet, and we're going to do a slip stitch. So find the top of your double crochet, grab a loop, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook. Okay? So that closes round 2. Now, for round 3, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to go into that same stitch, and we're going to put another double crochet. Okay? Because our chain 3 is not going to count for a stitch. So this is going to be our first one here. Okay, go into the next, do a double, and there's our second double crochet. Okay? Now you're going to continue this all the way around, putting 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around, and you should have 16 double crochets. Okay? So continue that all the way around, and I'll meet up with you back over here at the beginning. Okay, I finished my 16th stitch. I'm going to find the top of my first double crochet, and I'm going to do a slip stitch to end this round. and there's that round. Now, from here, if you want to make your grenade taller, okay, if you want to make it taller, then you would add another round or two to the same, okay? So like if you wanted to make it taller, then you would do another round of one single crochet into each, or excuse me, one double crochet into each stitch around. I hope that makes sense. So to do mine, from here, we're going to chain 3, and we're going to double crochet 2 together. Okay, we're going to decrease. So we're going to yarn over, go into that same stitch as the chain 3, pull up a loop, go through the first 2 and stop. So you should still have 2 loops on your hook. Okay, we're going to yarn over, go into the next double crochet, pull up a loop. So you have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2. So now you have 3. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So that's a double crochet 2 together. So we're going to do that all the way around. So let's do another one here. You're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, and stop. You're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2. So you should have 3 loops left on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay? Again, you're going to yarn over, go into the next loop, or the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay? So you've just done 1, 2, 3 double crochets 2 together, okay? You're going to continue that all the way around, and you should have a total of 8 stitches by the time you get back to the beginning, and that's where I will meet you. Okay, so I'm just finishing up my last one here. You should have a total of 8, and you can see it's closing up. We're going to find the top, skip your chain here, you're going to find the top of your first double crochet, so right here, and you're going to slip stitch to close this round. Okay? So, again, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I need some more yarn here. Okay. You're going to yarn over, go into that same stitch, pull up a loop, go through the first 2. Okay, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through the first 2. Now you have 3, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay? So you're going to do that again all the way around, and when you get back to the beginning, you should have 4 stitches, and I'll meet up with you over here. Okay, and back to the beginning. You can see it's really closing up now. You should have 4 stitches. We're going to skip our chain, find the top of your first double crochet 2 together, and you're going to slip stitch. Okay. Now, from here, we are going to chain 1, okay, and we're going to go into that same stitch. It's getting really tight now, and we're going to do a single crochet, okay. So we're going to go in that same stitch, pull up a loop, okay, we have 2 on our hook, we're going to yarn over and pull through. Okay, so that's 1 single crochet. We're going to do that again into that same stitch. So we're going to put 2 single crochets into each stitch around. Okay, so find the next one, your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. Same thing. Okay, do that all the way around, and when you get back to the beginning, you should have 8 stitches again. Okay, I'm back. We're going to find our first stitch, go in there, and make a slip stitch. Try and get both loops there. There we go. Okay, so now we can cut our yarn. Okay, just yarn over and pull it through, and that'll make like a little knot. Okay, now we're going to hide this tail, and all I do is take my needle, stick it, we're going to put it back down inside this balloon. Okay, this is the easiest project to hide your tails in, because we just stuff them inside and forget about them. Okay? There we go. Now, from here, you're going to cut off a piece of yarn. Okay, take your grenade, and we're going to tie it around the top here. Okay. Give it a couple of knots. And then again, with these tails, we're just going to stick them inside here. We go. And there's your crochet grenade. So please, I hope this was helpful. I hope it was easy to follow. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe, And yeah, thanks y'all for watching. And we'll see you next time. Bye.